Well, I'm wearing this personal protection equipment because I'm sitting next to my Cobra, and turns out this is one dangerous device. It can do unexpected things. It can even throw a rock at you if you're not careful. I've had it for 1 month, and basically I'm ready to give it back and get something else. And I still have the receipt, so I'm sitting here at the petrol truck stop just north of the border of Wisconsin and Illinois. And next to me is some new Mack trucks. I actually thought of doing that for a while, but I learned that you have to pay for fuel out of your own pocket, which didn't seem fair to me. Anyway, so this thing, I'm driving yesterday north on, sorry, there's too much sunshine here, but I'm driving north on 94, and this thing was saying one thing, and the screen was showing something totally different. You know, like it says, let's say there was like a junction of 294 and 190, and I had to go into the airport, right? So I'm looking for my exit. I know 190 actually goes to the airport. This thing says follow 294 north, keep left, and then I look at the screen. It says, the screen point shows that lane, like the exit lane, and says 190 west towards the airport. So I didn't know who to listen, whether to listen or whether, you know, who to trust, the audio or the picture message, so to speak. So I stayed on 294, and that way it was longer. Basically I screwed up, but only because, and I thought this it happened before, when the instructions are not clear, you know, of this thing. It's really misleading, even like compared to you know, basic TomTom. Of course, the big advantage of this is that it has all the truck specific, you know, points of interest, and it's not gonna send you on a bridge where you cannot go with a heavy load. But you know, you expect this unit to perform basic GPS functions well, and it doesn't. So it gives you confusing instructions. And secondly, so as I was saying, in that comparison between TomTom and Cobra, the screen not as bright as on TomTom, and the volume is low. Like, I'm running it at maximum volume. I can still hardly hear it with the engine running, you know, at cruising speeds. TomTom, I keep it at 75%. It's already, you feel pain in your ears. And another thing that I find irritating is that when, let me just show you. Let's just say, I'm going to show you something. Let's say point of interest. Okay, you see it has two types of points of interest, which of course a regular TomTom doesn't. But let's just say, I just want to find anything. I don't know, a restaurant. Okay. Well, I don't know, anything. Just give me something. See, it doesn't even show you the arrows. Anyway, I just wanted to show you the like the instructions. It's in this part of the screen. Like, let's say I'm driving on the freeway, and there's something, you know, next a turn or lane change or whatever is like, you know, 20 miles or, you know, 30 kilometers down the road. So this thing just tells you in tiny little letters distance and what it is, and you can hardly see what it is. Like, it doesn't have an arrow like on TomTom. You see an arrow pointing left or right, and then it says the distance, so you know that, let's say in 30 kilometers you either exiting or you're turning right, you know, or whatever. But so TomTom has much more information on the screen. Like here, if you try to click on that little icon with the next you know, maneuver kind of description, it just opens the big window where it says, you know, where do you want to go, address, intersection, whatever. So it's The only way to see like more details about your next maneuver, so to speak, if you go here, I think, information, and you see what happens? Because right now it's trying to calculate that route, and it becomes irresponsive, you know. But I mean, that's what you see, I for information, like a tiny little icon, and you see how slow it is? That's because it has so much, you know, shit inside, so to speak, that it just, that's what, also another thing that's been irritating to me, it started freezing. And especially when it tries to reroute you, let's say if it thinks that you missed your exit, it basically shows you the screen, take the exit, and that's it, it freezes. You can knock on the screen with the you know, with the stick, it's not responding. It takes like a minute or so. So it's just, why again? Because the processor is probably not in a lot of these, you know, truck-specific GPS. That's what happens. I had the same thing with the Red McNally thing. That was another reason I got rid of it, because yeah, they're truck-specific, but I mean, come on, you know, you have to be a bit faster, and you have to be more trucker-friendly or more driver-friendly, and that's why I think after that Red McNally I just switched to a regular GPS, because it was performing like TomTom, because it was performing its functions much better than a truck-specific GPS. So you just have to, you know, keep your eyes open, think with your head, and, you know, just see where trucks are not allowed to go, or just maybe check your route in the atlas. And that's what I'm ready to do now. But I'm still within my 1 month of exchange privilege term, so to speak, so I want to go and see if the Petro here will allow me to maybe exchange it for something. I don't know, I'm just getting frustrated with this Cobra.